Maker, Rachelle. So let me introduce myself. My name is Carl Jus. I'm a photographer at the Miami Herald. I'm also a founder of Iris Twitter Collective. This is not about me. This is about us through the voices and the vision of Rachelle. So my first question to you, and I noticed this, how many times I've seen this film? I'm sorry if I'm standing up, because I usually lecture a lot, so I stand up, I'll sit down. My first question to you is, you told the story in 3 rails. On the history of Haiti, on your intimate story itself, your personal story, and also through the voice of the diaspora. And you weave these 3 elements in and out, in and out. And I'm really concerned, did this story start out that personal for you?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had questions about identity. You know, as a kid, as I mentioned in the film, I was the first generation born outside of Haiti. And growing up in New York City in the 80s, it was really difficult because a lot of kids would either say that I didn't look like a Haitian, and that used to hurt a lot. And these were kids they were kids just like me. They were first generation of something. Either Puerto Rican, Dominican, even continental Africans. But somehow Haitians always got like teased and taunted the worst, and it really bothered me a lot as a kid. And then when I would go home, you know, in our little 2-bedroom cooped up apartment, my mom would say, "Well, c'est bourgeois, you're bourgeois." And I was like, "Well, we're drinking Kool-Aid and eating crackers. How is that?" You know, and so she would show me these amazing, you know, my grandmother kept great documentation of her life with my grandfather in the mid-1950s. And just looking at the pictures, every picture told a story. So there was all these complexities as a kid. And then, of course, watching the news, all you would see was either poverty or political madness. So yeah, I had a lot of questions. And so when I first started the film, the questions were a lot about identity and race and class. But going into Haiti and then meeting people like you and Mecca and some of the other people in the film, Wyclef, of course, you know, I didn't know Wyclef personally, but I'm sure a lot of people can attest in our generation that Wyclef kind of did something to us and kind of gave us like that sense of pride, you know, if you didn't have it, because some nations already had the pride, they just had to fight through it.
Well, especially at the Grammys.
Yeah, especially at the Grammys, right. So yeah, so the story definitely shifted throughout the time we were shooting.
All right, okay, so you decide you're going to do this documentary, and you're going to kind of open up your personal treasure box of stories from various people in your family, right? How long did that take from beginning to end? And can you take us to the process once the film was made? How did the public get to see it?
Well, at the time I was living in Atlanta, and I decided to continue my education, and I enrolled in the graduate program at the University of Miami. And then I met you. I met you, and I came here to Miami, and it was just a whole different world. I mean, of course, you know, I started off with my own family. My mom, my dad, my aunt, my uncles, and I've, you know, been talking to them for a while about the film and interviewing them, pre-interviewing them. But then when I met you, I kind of discovered, first of all, Miami, right? I discovered your dad. His dad is actually Perez Jus, who was the one who coined the phrase "Little Haiti." So he's a legend, you know, his dad is a legend, God bless his soul. And it kind of opened doors for me. So I started in 2010, and we finished the edit 2014.
How many cities has been
been going to 26 cities around the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's where do you live? In Harlem, right? Where in New York were you living? You were born in Harlem?
Yeah, New York.
That's a lot of places to go for a Harlem girl.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So 26 cities. One of the things I noticed about this film is as I was watching it, I was saying, how did she tell my story? I mean, our lives similarly parallel. I remember going to the boxes of my parents' old pictures and them being very nostalgic about the past. That's what the past does. But let's speak now to the present. Okay, we're in 2016, and we just had a major election. And let me ask you.
Didn't happen.
Well, we didn't have it.
We don't have a president.
We don't have a president.
Yeah.
Well, a de facto election. Do you think, would you have envisioned that Haiti would be in the situation it is now when you started this film? Knowing what you know.
I knew that President Michel Martelly definitely had a lot on his hands. I mean, this earthquake was the worst disaster on human record, okay? And there's been earthquakes all around the world, but this earthquake was the worst on record. Then, of course, you have the history with all the political madness, and then you have a person who was a singer. And not only was he a singer, he was like a bad boy guy, you know? And he now becomes president. He had a lot on his hands. Did I foresee all this was going to happen? You know, politically, it's just like here in the States. You know, when you get in politics, it's kind of like you're a hamster running around in a maze, and you're like, oh my God. But then when you go back to the crux of it, and you go back to the roots, and you go back to the people, and you go back to people like yourself, and Mecca, and people who are really out there trying to do what they love to do, whatever it is, to change the identity of Haiti. To me, that was more my story. That was more, okay, this is what it is. In terms of the politics, it's just way too complicated for me to even understand. But at the same time, there were some simple and basic things. Like when I went to Haiti, you know, Jean Marcin, I gotta give it up for him.
Yeah, give it up to Jean.
You know, I was telling Jean, I said, please, whatever you do, let's just not show the poverty side. We have to show this beautiful side of Haiti, the Haiti that we know, the citadel, the beaches, the mountains, and everything. But in order to get to those places, you had to pass like immense poverty. And I couldn't understand it because you would see like Ferraris and like all these European cars driving fast through those. And those were questions that I had. I could not deny that. And then of course meeting Shala, you know, from a different class. And my aunt was actually the one who was like, you can't leave Haiti without interviewing Shala. And then we just became so close. And speaking of the politics in Haiti, you know, every time Shala calls me, because we're still obviously in touch, when Shala's doing really bad, it's almost like I get a sense of what's going on in Haiti. But the other day, funny enough, and this is why I don't understand too much about the pops, we don't have a president in Haiti, but he's like, hey, Rachelle, how you doing? I said, how you doing? He's like, I'm fine, I'm good. You know, I'm holding on. Wait, you know, I have my dreams to go to Chicago, but, you know, I'm doing okay. You know, and to me, I'm like, ooh, you know, because it's rough.
Right.
It's rough for somebody like that in Haiti, but not rough for obviously, you know, my family members and stuff like that. So some of the politics I just really don't understand.
Okay. One thing I also noticed is that, well, I noticed several things, but specifically the way it was visually told. I love that the fact that it looked like I was watching somebody's home movie. That was really, really good. That was really, really good. And it really allowed me to focus on not only what was being told, or the development of the story, but the development of the story visually. And was that intentional, or is that just how it happened?
Well, I definitely had help. You know, my editor, Pascal Marcelin, and I had like some, people who would watch our dailies, like the stuff that we shot, some interviews, and they would tell me, listen, you gotta implement your story. You gotta see more of you, and that was so difficult as a filmmaker to write about myself, edit myself, and see myself on camera, hear my voice. I was like, oh my God.
Talk about you. I didn't want to see myself all day either.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's like kind of weird, right? But I realized that they were right. It had to come from me, and that's why the story also was heavily narrated. Because in the end, in the editing room, I needed to narrate everything.
Okay, this is my big question. You ready? Okay. Y'all ready? Is La Belle Vie an illusion?
Is La Belle Vie an illusion? La Belle Vie to me is this deep connection that the diaspora has with Haiti. When I asked you in the film, and this was during the earthquake, because Carl was actually one of the first journalists on the ground to go, and being that he had two roles, the role of Miami Herald and then the role of you're Haitian, you were born in Haiti, raised here, but your umbilical cord is there, right? So and you said it was this instinctual feeling like watching your child drowning, and there was no question whether you were going to go or not. It was like, boom. And I think as tragic as the earthquake was, I think so many people in the diaspora had that same feeling. People were watching us on our story on social media, and people who've never been to Haiti. I had like a really good friend who was also born in Haiti but left at the age of 1 to never return because something tragic happened to her family when she left. And she said, please, can you take me to Haiti? I really want to go. And we actually went, her son, and my kids, we went. And it was just this connection. As soon as you land on the ground, it's like, wow. It's something that, it's like Haiti speaks to you as soon as you land. And I think that's that spiritual vibration that you can only experience. And just to kind of go off the subject a little bit.
You can. You're the director.
The interesting thing about this story is that, okay, these are questions I had. And this was a fascinating conversation, the idea of race and class in a country that was the first Black republic in the world to say no to slavery, right? But yet you have all these issues of class. As we've been showing the film all around the world, as many places as we can get to, I hear people say the same thing. Well, this is my story, and they may come from Jamaica. I had one, a Jewish friend, but by way of Russia, say, this is my story. And then I had students from Mexico, and they're like, they call me Pocho or something. I don't know what the word, if any Mexicans, huh?
Cholo?
Pocho or some...
Cholo.
Cholo, okay. The equivalent of you're an outsider.
Right.
Okay, you're not one of us. And then the most chilling factor is because I live here in Miami, is when I hear Cuban Americans say to me, wow, like my parents will never allow me, they won't come with me to Cuba. I want to go to Cuba, but because of all of, what's going on there, and they won't allow me to go, but after seeing this film, I want to go.
That's great.
I want to reconnect.
That's great.
And that to me is like, wow, this is, goes kind of beyond just the Haiti narrative.
Okay. So that's the reaction of people who don't know you. Well, that was the reaction of people who don't know you but who understand the film and have watched the film. What was the reaction of your family members, specifically those who are living, the family members who are in the States and the families are still in Haiti. Were they similar? Were they different? Can you just expand on that a little bit? We don't have too much time, but expand on it a little bit.
Okay, all right. Well, quickly, you know, the family here in the States, they love it, especially the ones that are in it. My dad, he was trying to get here. He's like, okay, he feels like he's a superstar. Unfortunately, my mom only got to see bits and pieces of it, but she's always been a supporter. My aunt, everybody who's in the film liked it. I had a few family members who didn't want any part of it. They're just because they're very private and they didn't really want to be a part of it. But one thing that we're working diligently on is to go to Haiti with it. We have not shown anyone in Haiti, so we're hoping to get there.
Are you going Blu-ray with this? Is there possibly a
distribution?
Distribution.
Well, that's another thing. It's like we're working really hard. It's a very competitive market, so we have the folks. But thanks to the Knight Foundation, they've helped us to travel to these cities and create a story. And I love that because they get it. They get it. That film is the access to
Is there a part deux of Belle Vie? Is there a second part? Is there a sequel? No. So that book is closed, right?
No. On to the next story.
And can you kind of give us a kind of a glimpse in your crystal ball what this next story might be? Not that we want the whole.
Yeah, I'm working on a narrative right now. It's a Haitian love story, and working on a web series about Miami, and a short. So I got a lot of things going on. And Haiti Maj, I hope you guys. Haiti Maj, that's like my new venture to help support people who've been doing excellent work about Haiti, and it's also trying to change the identity of Haitian films, and really trying to bring up the quality of that through the initiative of Haiti Maj.
Well, I think you're ahead of something amazing. It's great to see, Haitians, telling their own stories in their own first voices, and we're indebted to you. And I'm sure there was a lot of sacrifices that had to be made to get this film done. I know both our mothers are looking down upon us and saying, La Belle Vie still lives. Keep going. But we're going to open up, we only have maybe another 10 to 15 minutes, and we even want to open up the questions to the audience. So if you have any questions, raise your hands, and you can address it to Rachel, the lovely Rachel. Stand up, please.
Let me say one thing. First of all, I want to congratulate you, because what you've done, in a sense, is extraordinary. Because what you've done is this: you've left your mother's what I call reality, merveilleuse, wonderful reality, and you were able to face the true reality. And that's one of the major problems that we as Haitians have. We each, in our mind, have our own reality merveilleuse. We come from this family, we have this, we have that. It's not real. And that's one of the things that's keeping us where we are, because we don't face the reality, okay? The second thing that I want to mention, and I know probably wasn't easy for you to walk through that, to leave your mother's reality merveilleuse to move into the true reality. It was a difficult trip, I think. You may comment on that if you want to, but I think it wouldn't be easy to do that. The second thing I think you brought in your movie is why we as Haitians don't have, what do we brag about Haiti and all this thing, but the sense of nationality. And that's what's keeping us where we are. We have all this cleavage, okay, different division, this and that and that and that. And that keeps people from having a sense of nationality. We are not one as a country. And everybody have their own self-interest, theirs and that of their group members, clan. And I think you brought that out very well in your movie.
I think the one thing that is great about Haiti, as much as, some of that is true, that the diaspora, the connection between the diaspora and Haiti. We love each other, Sometimes, for some people, or maybe in our parents' generation, it could be kind of an abusive relationship, that they can't leave each other, but
Right.
they can't, But, I think it's great. I just hope that politically also that there could be some more structured sort of exchange.
Well, I think the point the gentleman made, that he didn't introduce himself, and I cannot really see his face, but he made a really important point, is that there is this disconnect. There is the story, as a child, I used to refer it as the fable, because I could never really, other than looking at the pictures, there was never a way for me to fact check this, unless I went to some other relative, and they'll tell me the same story as it's obviously true. But there is this revealing, this kind of onion revealing process in your film, where you start with this beautiful, beautiful story, and you're confronted with reality. And I just want to ask a really quick question to you: how comfortable were you in telling that story that probably went counterculture to what you were hearing?
I think it was simple when I put it to me and not generalized it. So when I was able to say, this is my story, this is my opinion, no one can take that from me. No one could say, that's
you took ownership of it.
Yeah, I took ownership of it.
Any more questions?
My name is Michael Russell. I'm an African American. I'm a television producer, and I'm also a marketer, corporate marketer. And I went to Haiti for the first time in 2005. And the question I have to do with here is changing a negative narrative, because we are told that it's unsafe, it's dangerous, very poor. Americans are told, don't go there, all right? So when I got there, the thing that I noticed is there's no difference between Haiti and Jamaica and the Bahamas and the Virgin Islands. So that narrative that we've been taught is wrong. So my question to both of you is, how do we change the narrative into a positive narrative that will get people going to Haiti and wanting to embrace Haiti?
Well, if Haiti's good for the Clintons, it's definitely good for me. So let's just start there. I'll let Rachelle. No, you go ahead. It's just a story.
I was actually going to piggyback off of that, because you're a journalist, and go ahead.
Go out there. I'll defend. I can defend myself. Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
But it bothers me that every publication always sticks to politics, right? Like, they don't show other stories going on in Haiti, even if it's a farmer that is.
But we have, and I've done them. No, we have done a lot of them, because my policy is, for every coup d'etat I cover, I come back with 2 positive stories.
But you do it in your personal art.
I do, but it filters into the Herald.
Yeah.
It filters into the Herald.
Yeah, because if you scroll down the Herald for the past year, it's all politics. It's all politics, and there's not enough exposure on just different stories. But another thing, I think that people need to do is just step out the box.
Yeah.
I have a friend who has a friend in New York who developed this travel group called My Haiti Travels. There's someone else here that has Haiti Got It. There's like travel groups now that go to Haiti, discover them, and go. Just go and create your own story.
And Pure Forest leads every December.
Yeah.
Pure Forest.
In Little Haiti.
Little Haiti. They take at least, 20 professionals. Most of them happen to be of Haitian descent, but it's a cross-section sometimes. And, it's easy to go by what you heard, but it's so much harder to experience it yourself. Yes, it costs money. Yes, it costs your time, but you know what? You're better for it afterwards. Okay, you're a better person because after it. I mean, people forget. I mean, I get it all the time. You know, you always cover bad news in Haiti. Well, you know, it's cheaper also to cover bad news. Not that covering Haiti is cheap, but the time commitment, because things happen, and you're in a cycle, and within 24 hours, people forgot about it. But if you're doing a long-term story, for instance, on the destruction of the rice industry in Haiti, or if you're doing a story about orphanages in Haiti that have a positive spin, that takes a lot of time. You have to sit. You have to let it simmer. You have to let it marinate.
But I respect the fact that in your art you show a really great, not only a great side of Haiti, but I love the connection with Cuba as well.
Right.
So.
Well, it's a beautiful struggle. It's a beautiful struggle. Any more questions?
Can I ask a
Go.
question?
I'll get you. I'm not coordinating it, so.
Hi, my name is Tatiana Moise. I'm a student. I'm 16 years old. And my dad, Jimmy Moise, has been trying to get me to come see this movie forever. And I finally came and saw it. And congratulations.
Thank you, Dad.
No problem. But my question is, yes, thank you, Dad. But my question is, as somebody that was born in the States, raised in the States, how did your kids feel when they went to Haiti for the first time with you?
Okay, that's a great question. And before you, and one more question to say, one more statement to say, the gentleman who talked about, Jimmy Moise, he does amazing things in Haiti. He brings fashion shows that don't get covered. He brings like Haiti fitness, like trips, like stuff like that. Like it's amazing that it's not covered. But he's always doing like really unique things. And so my kids, they went to Jamaica, right? And they had a good time. But when they went to Haiti, they loved it. Now my younger one, my 14-year-old, she has to eat pickles on everything. Pickles is our like hot sauce. It's like a cabbage, a pickle thing. And she puts it on pizza. She puts it on everything. And the really interesting thing is that when we went to Haiti, it was during Christmas holiday, and we had dinner with my aunt, and Shala and his boys were the ones kind of chauffeuring us around because we didn't have a car. And they waited outside for us. And my older daughter, Nadine, she's 18, was like, "It's Christmas. Why aren't they inside the house?" And I'm like, "Shh." And that was the whole dynamic about having certain people in, the whole class thing that I had to explain. But my daughter was not having it. And it was pissing me off because she was like borderline being rude. And I'm like, stop. So she snuck plates. Like while my aunt turned her back, she packed plates. And she snuck outside and she gave it to them. And then we left, okay, that was day one, whatever. And then we went on the beautiful side, went to Jacmel, and we went to like some nice fancy hotels. And she loved that too, And then there was like a party for kids her age group. She loved it too, but she was like, I miss Shala, And because Shala took us to his new home in Haiti. We were on the tap-taps, the trucks, the colorful trucks. And she got to see Haiti, and she loved it. She loved it. Both my kids, they really loved it. As I said, Haiti speaks to everyone. It doesn't even matter if you're Haitian or not. True. It speaks to you. So you have to go with your dad. Oh, Jimmy. Okay. Next question.
Next question.
Can I ask a question?
Hey, I'm Benny. Rachelle was a great film. Great. I just came back from Haiti in December with one of the trips to the Ultimate Haiti Experience. And I was supposed to be there now, but with the election, I chose not to go. Maybe seeing a State Department note when I got my passport 2 days before I flew there because I lost it, with the election time. But I love the place, It's a really beautiful place. Shame a lot of people don't go. Thank you.
We have a question up front. And this gentleman here is one of my favorite people. Yes, sir.
Yes. Go ahead, please. Take my microphone.
Jean-Baptiste. I work for Channel 10, Channel 7. And my father was an historian, an ambassador for Haiti in Africa. My question is that when you were exposed to Haitian history, to know our history through historians like Thomas Madiou, Senator Jean-Baptiste, etc., to all the writers of Haitian history before going to Haiti.
Did I read up?
Yes, how were you exposed to the Haitian history?
Well, my dad had all these books. One of the first books I read was not even about Haiti, by Graham Greene, and talked about the July regime. But I had history in my house. I had people like politicians come through my house, and I remember my father.
Yes, I know your father.
And he would sit us in the living room. Let's say we had someone like P. Val come to the house before he was president, and he allowed me to kind of eavesdrop in the conversation. First time I went to Haiti, I wanted to go with purity. I wanted to not to be my dad's experience. There was a backdrop, a beautiful backdrop it is. I wanted to see it with my own eyes. And I was working. You know how it is when you go to Haiti. You're working. And I remember, like you said, the plane landed. I get off the plane, and the minute my right foot touched the floor, it was like an electricity went through me. And my initial reaction was to drop to my knees. But I didn't. I had to control it really, really hard. And I remember I stiffened my knees up, and I went like this. I went, ugh, and I took a step. And then, all of a sudden, I got it. I found history converging on my presence so fast. It was like watching that part of the film when you're dropping all those pictures down. My memory, my collective consciousness came to one place and one point immediately. And I was so humbled. I am proud to be Haitian.
I'm sure.
I am proud. I travel all around the world. When people ask me, what are you? Because they can't figure me out. I said, I'm Haitian. They said, oh, you from Africa? I said, no, I'm Haitian. Oh, you from Sudan? Yeah, I'm from Sudan. So.
Yeah, my evaluation is that most Haitians are not aware of our origin. Because when Haiti we declared our independence, the majority of the population was from Africa. Right. Born in Africa, brought as slaves. The emperor was assassinated on the Pont Rouge, the 17th of October 1806, after 2 years of reign in Haiti. Why? Because the other generals, the mulattoes, didn't want to share the wealth of Haiti.
Yeah, we only have a few minutes, I'm sorry.
So my question is that learning about history, our beginnings, is very important.
Yeah, sure.
And those books are available at the Schomburg Library of Black Culture in New York, in Harlem. And we should go and learn more so we can understand why we have so many divisions in Haiti right now. You see the classes, etc. But that's part of our history.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I know I'm just a kid, but I was there during the beginning of the political stuff of this year, and it kind of scared me. But you're trying to send this to Haiti. What do you think you're mainly going to accomplish by sending this over there?
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that. My biggest dream is to have something like this, maybe like half, or maybe this size here. And there'll be Haitians from the diaspora, the ones who say they want to come with me, they come with me. Kids like you, kids maybe who aren't Haitian, come with me. And then people in Haiti that live there from all different sectors. And we have a forum like this. And then people like you that's, went to Haiti and said, Haiti was a little scary for me. And then somebody somebody else that lives in Haiti that may be your age would maybe address that. And then someone else would say, well, you know, why do you drive a Ferrari through people who are like sitting in mud, you know? And then the guy with the Ferrari would say, well, you know, blah, 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 blah. That's my dream. And then I want to go all around the country in Haiti. And then I want to start a new film because we gotta keep making films like we write books, you know. We have amazing Haitian authors, but we need filmmakers. We need filmmakers. Yeah. Okay.
A question here?
Hi, Rachelle. Thank you so much. I was so happy to see a place I wanted to go. What's the name of that place with the cascade of water? Sodo. Yeah, I never been to Sodo, but I would love to go. But tonight I had a chance to see it. Thank you. And I'm a Haitian storyteller.
Yes.
And my question, I'm Lilian Neretuis. My question is that in your work, in the film you're projecting for next time, would you touch the Haitian folktales, the Bouki and Malice, the Cric-Crac? Are you planning on doing that? Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh. Good for you. Drop the mic.
Yeah. You know, my answer, are you going to do it? Why don't you do it and I'll help promote, put on ICU.
Certainly I will do it.
We have a collaboration.
Okay.
Look, we're going to have to cut. One more question? Okay, this is the last one, okay? The very, very last one.
It's more of a statement. There were 4 questions asked, and all 4 questions need a great answer. And that last one is telling exactly what I wanted to say. It gives you a reason to do a part 2.
So you now. Look, we have to leave now. If you want to continue this conversation, if you want to meet me personally, everyone here is welcome to the Little Haiti Cultural Center or Complex. There's going to be an after party. And please, this is how we support films like this, and we're so happy for your support now, but we need more support, because there's so many other stories that need to be told. And thank you, Pam. Thank you. My foundation. But most of all, thank you. Because it was a beautiful day today. You could have been anywhere else in Miami, and you chose to be in this beautiful, beautiful venue. Thanks again. And I hope I see you at the Haitian Culture Conference.
Can I just say something? I also want to say, Marie, thank you so much.
Thank you, Marie.
I've booked her so much for the past 2 weeks, and Mari and the entire Pam team, Denise, thank you so much. And please join us at the Little Haiti Cultural Center. Keep your buttons, because that's how you get in. I think it's $10, and they have Chef Irie that's going to be there. Music.
Music?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it should be really nice.
And I got to transfer my studio.
Oh, and we can maybe go to Carl Studio for the after party.
All right. Thanks again. Rachelle. Let me introduce myself. My name is Carl Jus. I'm a photographer at the Miami Herald.